Good afternoon. My name is Reggie Stevens, and this is my elevator pitch. I am a student at the University of Phoenix in the doctoral program for my doctoral degree in education. One of the quotes that I live by is "Never let education get in the way of learning" by Mark Twain. Also, I live by "I'd rather invest in a child's education rather than in the stock market. There's a greater return in human life." And one of the things I tell all my students is that I'll give up my today for a child's tomorrow. Field trips. That's what my research is about. My research is about field trips. Let's take it back to 1997. I was 12 years old. It was my very first field trip, coming out of Detroit, Michigan, over to Ontario. I went to the Castle Lama, which is one of the largest castles in Ontario or in Canada itself. This was a lasting, memorable field trip that I still remember as of today. I remember this field trip. I remember the Mounties. I remember the going down to the dungeon. I remember seeing all the historical furniture and the setup of the castle, and it made a big impact on my life. And then in 1978, I went to the Henry Ford Museum, and I actually had an opportunity to see a car being made. I actually had an opportunity to see manufacturing at its best at that time, and seeing one of the best automobiles being built at that time, the Henry Ford Museum. This brought me to my dissertation. My dissertation is how field trips impact the learning and creativity and empathy for poverty-stricken inner-city students. The problem driving the research: in most inner-city communities, the schools are impoverished and lack of real-world experiences, empathy for history, and a lack of creativity. Why the problem and the interest for the field? In the past, our government has always looked towards our educational system for answers and help solving world problems. But today we have a new problem. We have several problems. We have diversity problems. We have technology that has taken over our school, and we have drugs that has taken over our schools. And this has made a demand on every aspect of our lives, which has taken away from field trips. Field trips have been put in the back seat, and these other problems that we've had have been put in the forefront. Why the study needs to be done. The study needs to be done to present the benefits and the educational support of field trips, to present real-world experiences, socio-emotional growth, and academic impact. The method and design used to solve this problem. The method will be mixed methodology. Also, qualitative and quantitative will be taking place to fulfill this research. The primary skills I have developed while doing the research in regards to this topic is surveying, interviewing, and a unique style of surveying or interviewing through Skype, email, and FaceTime. I want to be able to take technology and put it back in the face of my students to be able to help me with this research. And that's what I will use during my research and reaching out to my students. The secondary skills from conducting this research will be accepting criticism, of course, relying on important feedback, whether it's negative or positive, time management skills, critical thinking skills, listening skills, problem-solving skills, decision-making, and group development skills. Field trips. I guess field trips really paid off. When you look at it, when I went to the museum, and when I went to the Henry Ford Museum and also Castle Lama, it made such a huge impact on my life. And those skills that I learned back then, I still use them today. Thank you for listening to my elevator's pitch. Once again, my name is Reggie Stevens, University of Phoenix, Doctoral 723. Thank you.